Welcome back to the Media Bolt Podcast, where we talk all things content creation. So no matter if you're shooting with your phone or you're filming on a cinema camera, we are here to provide you with practical knowledge for the next time you press record. Or you hit the shutter button and take a picture. Because today, we are with the amazing couple, Miss Amaya Marie Photography and recording artist, Dres.
Hello, hi.
Married couple. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming here.
6 years in the game.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, babe.
Hi.
This is new.
This is new.
I don't think we've ever done this before, like in camera, talking about like what we do.
Yeah, this
and
is
how we do it.
This is like super fire. This is gonna be a fun episode. The energy we're gonna get from this episode is gonna be next level. I just want to let y'all know. I am very thankful for you guys. I've had y'all been in my life, and we've collabed many a times. Media Bolt and Dres and Amaya Marie Photography and the studio, and it's just been a great working relationship, and we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we love all the collaborations.
Yes, and the feeling is mutual. We're so thankful for you and Dids, and Media Bolt and all the things that you've like come through for us. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad we have this relationship. And we're here, so
it's always a vibe when we link.
Yeah.
It's always
Always a good time.
The biggest vibe. So
it's the best. It's the best vibes. I want to ask you guys, because I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but how did you guys meet, and how did this relationship blossom? First off,
you want to go?
We originally met on MySpace.
Ooh, dang!
That MySpace.
So we're aging ourselves
That
a little
is
here.
dating. I love that. I love that. He was in your top 8 or what?
Yeah, actually he was.
I made it to the top 8.
But we went to different schools. I went to Oak Creek. He was an MPS kid.
Riverside 06, what up?
But he slid in the DMs before DMs were a thing.
What'd they call that back then?
Inbox. Yeah.
Message.
And we met and hung out a couple times in person, and there was always a connection there, but I always had a boyfriend, and I
was in the friend zone, heavy on the friend zone for a hot minute.
But I always would return back. Like I would always make it a point to see him because I always had a great time when I was with him.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, I mean, we always kept like in touch, and we were always great friends, like through Facebook and all the things. And I would always see him on his birthday. We'd always go to Starbucks, and I would always get him a Frappuccino. And finding out now, he doesn't even like them.
I don't even like Starbucks. I would just go to Starbucks to hang out with her. So
Dang, that's cute.
she would just buy me like Starbucks. I'm like, okay, let me.
You only drank like a little bit.
Let me fake drink it. I'm like, I'm gonna take this home. I'm not too thirsty today.
That's what's
But
up.
yeah, she definitely made it a point every birthday. And then, when I turned 21, she kind of came back into my life. And, I was so used to the friend zone that I was just like, all right, let's be in the friend zone, let's get it. And I felt like that kind of, she questioned if I still like had feelings for her, which I definitely did.
I was like, oh my God, he doesn't like me anymore.
Oh no.
So then I was the one pursuing him.
yeah,
That's that reverse psychology.
It worked. I mean, I was, I would say pursuing her for a long time. I think all of my great friends knew how much I like really liked her without even being in a relationship with her. So yeah, she always made me like any power or confidence or anything that I really had, like that would just go away. Like I just felt like bare, vulnerable.
She broke you down.
Yeah, and I would just say some stupid stuff sometimes. Can we curse here or not?
Yeah, this is we click off of the kids on YouTube when we upload. So this is an adult situation.
So I would just say I would say some stupid shit, and I would just catch myself be like, why did I even say that? But it was just the power that she had over me as far as like how much I liked her. And yeah, fast forward, I asked her. We dated for.
We started dating in about 2011.
Yeah.
Okay.
Officially. And then in
2016,
he proposed to me in Mexico.
I did. Dude, I snuck in a ring through like international customs.
Bro.
I was like sweating. I'm like, how the hell am I gonna get this ring like internationally? Because I would read that like international customs like just disrespects your bags, like just.
But could you imagine if they're like, "What is this?" and you had to pull it out at TSA?
Yeah. So I wrote a note on the actual box, like, "Hey, this is an engagement ring. Please don't say anything." And I wrote it in Spanish too.
That's That's smart.
But yeah, we went on a vacation, and I think she wasn't expecting it, which was the best thing. I think when she expected it, it didn't happen. But when she didn't expect it, it happened. And I think that was purposely done by me.
I like that.
Because I didn't want her to already know like it was happening. It's just I had to like throw her off a little bit.
Well, on this podcast to talk a little creativity. So your two worlds came together. Who was the first one to like find that creative spark, or were you both always creative and always were doing your thing?
Well, he's always been an artist, a recording artist, for as long as I've ever known him. He's always been doing music. So I would say he had it first for sure.
But she's always been artistic.
Yes.
Like art was always
a big part of my life. I always had a camera and I'd always take pictures, but I never dreamed of doing it professionally.
Yeah, and you're killing it right now.
Thank
by
you.
the way, I've been keeping an eye. I always, I think the biggest power that y'all have is you guys have so much content coming out that is almost annoying, but you're always top of mind.
Yeah.
And you're always just creating, and it's amazing because it's a testament to you guys together, because it's so hard to make content and be consistent. And ever since I've ever met you all, consistent, always working. And I think that's a grind in itself, and it's a hard thing to do. And y'all do it beautifully.
Thank you.
We don't give them a choice but to see us.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was gonna say we apply that pressure, like we just be having them in that headlock. Like, like, we might let up a little bit, but then we back on there, So and we like that, and it's what we like. It's not like we're purposely putting out like content, like okay, let's do this for X, Y, and Z. It's like everything becomes a content now. Like even this, we record. I got in here and I was like, let's record some content real quick before we start the show. It's just second nature now.
It's a lifestyle now.
It is a lifestyle.
Yeah, and y'all always doing it for each other, and I think that's the biggest part of this episode, and we'll dive in a little deeper. But so Stephanie, what about the camera like made you gravitate towards that, and where did that initial love come from for taking photos?
My parents always like had cameras at every family event or vacation and stuff like that. When I was younger, I used to buy like the disposable cameras and take pictures of like my Barbies. I would pose them like they were models and take pictures of them. And then all my birthdays and stuff, I always just wanted a digital camera before like, the DSLRs and the mirrorless, because I just always liked capturing the moment and just freezing it at a point where your like heart wants to hold on to it. But it was him that bought me my first professional camera when I was a teacher at one point and pursuing that. And he bought me a camera for my birthday and was like, I just believe in you and your talent. And he gave it to me, and the rest is history. I just took it and started saying, hey, I'm a photographer, and I started booking clients like for really cheap, and how you start off. And I just found a love for finding moments that move people's soul and that they want to hold on to, and that when they look at them, they're just like, they love it. So
yeah, and a lot of your photography deals with families and kids and that kind of stuff, and having kids, it's like those moments are so fleeting and fast, and it just happens so quickly. So something that like what you're doing is just such a special thing for every client that you work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's super cool.
And not having kids of my own, it's even more important to me, because I'm imagining the moments that I would want to capture. So it's more important and also a challenge, because I don't have kids. So, some parents like want that perfect moment, and I try to break that cycle. Like it's not about the perfect moment. It's just about the moments you're capturing.
The moment.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
being
deep.
present in the moment. That is what is important. Yeah.
That's so cool. And tell me about the leap of faith of, getting your first studio. And I was able to come to the grand opening, and it was super cool. And we've shot a couple projects there now. What's that been like? Because that's been how long now?
Going on 2 years this spring.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Yes, round of applause.
First of all, time flies. Secondly, that's amazing. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It was the scariest thing I've ever done, because, most people like really look at their finances and they're like, I can't afford this. And I was like, I probably can't afford this, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm just going to take the leap of faith, because if I die tomorrow, I never did this. And also, I was renting out studios by the hour from other people, and I was doing my taxes, and I was finding that I was paying these other people $800, $900 a month on hourly rentals. So I was there so much that I was paying their rent. So I'm like, if I can pay their rent, I can pay my rent.
Pay yours.
Yeah.
Right. That's so cool. And what have you found in having the studio and like ways that you were able to leverage, it to make money for yourself?
I've just found that it's like a place that I can call my own and like make it my own and not have to lug equipment everywhere. I can leave it there. I don't have to be out in 2 hours. I can relax and just really find my creativity and not be in a rush and just really come alive. And I made it my own. So it's when you walk into something that's yours, it's a whole different atmosphere and a whole different vibe, and it just unleashes a whole different magic of creativity.
Yeah. So this is something that I know because I know you guys. But any video where you're working, typically you are the one behind the camera.
I'm in the building, yeah.
You're
Vice versa, yeah.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Tell me, Dres, a little bit about how you are there to help and assist on some of the shoots that Stephanie's doing, and kind of how you support from that side.
Yeah. So we're gonna start back to like discovering her talent, right? Like I'm big on discovering talent, so I just knew that she had a talent. So I obviously gifted her the camera, right? So okay, let's go back to where we're at now. So she would work, right? And I'm big on behind the scenes of, I would watch MTV and all these things that people would do and shoot the behind the scenes of things.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, yo, it's important for people to see what you're doing behind the scenes. So one day I just I was there anyways to help and make her feel comfortable, make sure that, it was safe to work in, She didn't feel threatened or anything. Not saying that anyone was going to do anything,
Right.
but just, to be there to make sure she's good. So one day I was just like, yo, like, why don't we just record the behind the scenes of you working, and then we'll just put it on, like, this would be before even Reels was a thing.
Yeah.
Let's just record what you're doing and putting on your stories so people can see what it is. Like,
Right.
that's what attracts me to, like, work.
Yeah.
Like, I'll see the behind the scenes before I even see the video.
Right.
Because I want to see how it came to life, and then I want to see the final product. So I just kind of, like, molded it into, like, an artist. I kind of, like, had the expectations that I had for myself for her business.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, people are also not doing this. They're not like recording what they're doing. They're just showing the final product. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's also allows people that want to book with her to kind of like, I'm an anxious person. So if I'm going to go out to a restaurant, I need to see what it looks like. I need to see how the food looks like, what I'm going to order. And I feel like it's
The experience.
The experience, exactly. Because that's really what we offer. It's an experience. So people don't see that. They see the finished product, but it's really an experience. So it's just like, we need to show that. We need to definitely do that every session that we do. Obviously add music to it because
Right.
it has to be influential. It has to be a lifestyle. And then she kind of ran with that. You know what I mean?
It's become a part of the workflow.
Yeah.
And you've had several videos go like super viral. So that means Dres is a viral videographer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cold, bro.
Look,
Did you
she
know
got
that?
me up. Look, we got to talk about it because it's important, and I don't think she doesn't talk about it as much. But she definitely hit last year or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, like one of the Christmas mornings, which is like her thing now. You know what I mean? I'm telling her, like, you're the Christmas morning like girl. You know what I mean? You really know how to put a set together and give that vibe. That video hit 1 million views on Instagram, and that's huge. You know what I mean? Because
it's
people like. It was just a video of us working and the families, which we were already doing.
Yeah.
It was the simplest video.
Yeah.
And it went viral and it went crazy.
And how has that actually helped your business? I would imagine these holidays things are like big time, big for you.
Well, I would say back then it helped my business because that was in 2020, and it connected me with people across the world that sent their products to me, and I was able to do commercial shoots and stuff like that. And then I just became known for that particular mini session for Christmas. I do a variety of them, but the Christmas morning one, I created that because I think the magic of Christmas morning is something that even as adults, like you still miss that as a kid. You're just like, oh, that feeling when you wake up in the morning, you know there's presents under the tree. So I'm happy that if any video went viral, it was that one because that was something I came up with. It was my idea. It wasn't inspired by anybody else or no Pinterest, nothing pin, I mean, maybe the pajamas, but like the actual set and everything was my idea. So
That's so cool.
So yeah, it connected me to a lot of people and just kind of put me on the map in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool.
And you got people traveling from Vegas and stuff to like work with you too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that like it made people be like, yo, like we need to be with this person. You know, she knows the vibes. She's been the vibes.
It was very lucky because now Instagram is very like it's a beast. It's hard to like get that reach unless you're doing it every day. So and it didn't happen right away. I posted it and then 4 weeks later I woke up and just
it was there.
It was like every day, like by the thousands, the likes were coming in and the views were coming in. I was like, what the heck?
That's nuts.
I knew she was gonna get the million. I'm sorry to cut you off. I knew she was gonna get that because it was going so crazy. It was just like
I was like, this is what celebrities must feel like.
They got to turn their notifications on.
Yeah.
Now, Dres.
Yes.
You are a recording artist.
I am, yes.
You've dabbled in a lot of different genres.
Yes.
Make a lot of different amazing music, by the way, that's very catchy.
Thank you.
But I think the thing that stands out for me and your music is your content. I always know what's happening. There's always something happening.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've seen so many musicians that just don't capitalize on a good moment or don't, they disappear and they come back, like certain artists can do it because they have that mystique.
Absolutely.
But majority of people don't put in that hustle and time. And obviously this is a testament because the two of you work together so well. So there's always, if you're doing a video, you're doing something, you always got content. You guys are building it. Can you talk a little bit about that dynamic and why it's so important for you to, and you just do a good job of like having the structure of like a release, a rollout. And we've talked about that a couple times when we've done projects.
Well, let's see. First of all, this shit is fun to me. You know what I mean? Capturing what we're doing. I like to look back and be like, oh, wow, we did all of this. You know, I still look back with the stuff that we did on Sound Like. A lot of the things don't process right away. Like Red Sundress, I'm just starting to process like now. So I like to have memory on it and to look back and how like great we worked and how a magical day that was,
I feel like I get tagged like once a week from you guys.
Heavily. And
it's so tight. Like
thank you.
Free
And
content.
Yeah. And with Red Sundress, that's all I'm focused on this year. You know what I mean? That's what got me the Grammy consideration.
Which, by the way, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you.
Tell the people about that real quick.
Listen, you guys, I am now a Grammy considered artist. So what that means is that somebody submitted my music into the Grammy board, the Grammy submissions, a day before the deadline was done. And then probably 2 weeks later, the like official consideration nominations came out, and like Red Sundress was there for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. So I was just like blown away because obviously you know how I feel, you know where I want my like where I'm shooting to, you know what I'm shooting for the moon here. So it just felt good to know that like first of all a lot of hard work went into this. Like Red Sundress was my hardest working single I've ever worked. It felt like I was working an album, to be honest with you, but it all paid off. You know what I mean? It's because of you, Dids behind the scenes too. You know what I mean? Like all you guys really helped me, and I had the deadline. I knew I had to submit before like this thing, and I even was telling you about Billboard.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was really doing it. And even though Billboard didn't work out, Grammys did.
It's crazy.
So I'm just happy that I'm able to do this content. I like doing the content. To me, a rollout is so important. I'm also a student of the game. I've seen how people work a single. Like I love P. Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs, all of it, all those names.
Bro, he went crazy with that Batman.
Yeah.
They did a whole movie.
Yeah.
For his costume,
absolutely.
Bro.
And I feel like Marvel or like who shoots those movies? Excuse my ignorance.
For Batman?
Yeah.
It's DC.
So DC wrote Diddy a letter this year saying like he couldn't dress as Batman because he was breaking like some type of stuff. So like,
because he did a Joker one.
Yeah, he did the Joker one.
I think they gave him a cease and desist.
Yeah,
and he said, "Forget that, I'm doing a Batman movie." Bro.
Exactly,
it was crazy. I was like, "Damn."
So I'm ballsy like Diddy. I'm also like, the first word that's coming to mind is innovative, but more I want to say resourceful.
Yeah,
I'm more resourceful with the content that I create. So I learned that from P. Diddy, like watching Making the Band and watching him do his own thing. You know what I mean? So when he did, one of my favorite rollouts of his was Last Train to Paris, which is an album that it's more of like a love story, Paris, you know, all of this stuff. And this is when Ustream just started. I don't know if you remember Ustream. You
Yeah,
would,
way
yes,
back.
yeah. So he like had his whole rollout on Ustream, and I was just like, I just loved how Diddy, and I still love how Diddy puts out his work. So for me, is like one thing is to have the presentation and have the record, but then like to go above and beyond for it.
Yeah.
And I always say I can sell it better than I can tell it. I feel like a lot of people become more fans or supporters of what I do when they see me.
Yeah.
I feel like when they hear me, it's they still like there's a question mark in their head.
Yeah. Well, you make it easy to connect with you as the person.
Thank you. And that's my cheat code, I guess, my
Yeah.
personality.
For sure.
Knowing that what I have to offer is exactly what the music is saying.
Yeah.
So I love that. It's the rollouts are always going to be crazy. I love the rollouts. Like just when you think I'm done, I'm not done.
Yeah, it's
you
still
know.
coming. It's still coming.
And that's where I'm at with Sundress right now. We're not done. We're gonna figure out a way to recreate all these things, reinvent and reimagine it until we get the song hotter than what it is now.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And then Stephanie, how do you approach helping for some of these rollouts? Like you were able to shoot some of the covers and things like that can you talk to just about your approach on trying to help whenever he has music releasing?
Yeah. Well, we're both big believers in the process and showing the process and how important that is, because you can do everything and show a product, but like show a final product, but like showing the steps of how you made it there and how you got it there, we feel is just as important. So I'm there to capture all the moments behind the scenes, that and all the work that goes into it. Like you guys, like I'm capturing you guys, and even just the moments when you're looking back at the B-roll or when you're looking back at the content, like we're just really big fans of just showing like how the work is done and how the final product is made. I mean, sometimes I think that's more important than the actual final product. And also I just have a really creative vision. The Sound Like video, the red sundress, like I have like a vision and I will like literally tell him my vision, and then nothing is more satisfying than bringing that to life.
So cool.
Yeah, so she definitely Sound Like was her. Like we was literally hanging out in the pool, and she's like, "You need to do this, this, and this, and that."
I was like, I see a jet. I see like, because he's like, flew in town just for one night. So I'm like, we need you in a jet. Like it has to happen.
And we got a jet.
There was a jet.
Listen,
It was
this
a
is
private.
her. She just knows how to like just create a great treatment.
Yeah. How did y'all source the PJ? That was crazy.
A gentleman on Instagram. The stars aligned.
Yeah.
I found him. I think I just like searched like private jet, or I don't even know pilots. And I found this pilot that he's out of Chicago, but he's in Kenosha all the time. And I hit him up, and like, we didn't follow each other. So I was like, oh, he's not going to see the message. So like I commented like, hey, I messaged you, check it out. 20 minutes later, we were on the phone, booked it. Just so happened he was going to be in town in Kenosha that weekend, and
Just for one night.
he made it happen. So
That was such a crazy thing. We were
Good old
lucky enough to
Pauly.
be the BTS covering the music video production.
Yeah.
Thank you for being there. Shout out Paulie. Shout out Paul, man. He
Yeah.
really came through. And it's crazy because as much like if you know me, I'm the most like optimistic, positive person. But for that particular thing, I was like, no, babe, don't reach out to him.
Yeah, he didn't want me to.
He's not gonna say anything. He's gonna let me like, no, I don't want to be part of no rap video. Like, you better,
and he
you
was
know,
so
block.
for it.
Yeah.
He was just waking
I
up,
was
and I'm
asleep.
like,
what? I'm like, what?
he's like, what? I'm like, I'm on the phone with the pilot. He's like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it happens so quick. Kind of like Red Sundress, like the horses and the country stables, like everything just aligned.
Stars aligned.
Yeah, and it started with her idea. So, I definitely always give her credit. She's a beast at writing treatments, and she just tells me these things. I'm like, wait, I have to record this, like put it in the voice note, because once she starts, she doesn't stop.
Yeah.
She's just like, we got to do this, and then we got to do this. I see you do blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait, hold on. We have to write this shit down.
We literally have so many voice recordings of
Yeah.
all of our ideas.
Yeah.
I love that. How do you guys, and who's kind of the strategy person when it comes to like content calendar and how you're going to post and that kind of stuff? Because I feel like it's really hard to post the amount of content y'all post and to just like on a whim do it.
I would say her. She's so organized. Like her brain is organized. She lives a structured life. Like her files are organized. I feel like me, I'm more of like spur of the moment. Like I'm gonna post this. Everything sits in my head.
Yeah, you drop the stories on them, and she's got like the post ready to rock.
Yeah, she's got it. She's got her whole lineup. What do you think of this? Before she's even gonna like put anything up, she's like, does this look good on my feed? What do you think about this one? Should we change this one to this one? She's so like strategic, technical, which is great.
Very particular about things.
Which provides structure, you know? And like I'm not the most structured person. So having her in my life and just as a wife, like she just, provides that.
Having a good woman will get you in line.
So I'm a little more structured because of her, you know what I mean?
That's how my wife, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't know about a calendar, or I wouldn't be able to keep a business.
Yeah.
She has gotten me in line with, thinking ahead, getting things on schedules and making sure. And now I got to make sure everything's locked in.
I write all my stuff on calendar now because of her. Like we wrote this podcast down on the calendar. Before I wouldn't. Everything is just all in my head. And I still kind of maneuver that way. It's just I can't help it. I'm more of a free, like whatever happens person. Yeah. But I do really appreciate the benefits of her structure, of the alignment, does just everything being more like, all right, on Tuesday you should do this. She'll also tell me like, don't post on this day, like post on this day. This is a more important day than on Friday. Like Monday, like she knows all this shit. So
yeah. Let me ask you this. Some people think that a couple or a married couple being so involved in each other's occupations and dreams and aspirations can be like too much.
Yeah.
And go to the edge. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I think you two embody like the support system in a much different way. Can you just tell me like why you think that actually this is most important and the best way for you guys to maneuver, instead of like, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna do your thing. I'll be there to support, but I'm not going to be as hands-on, because you guys are always there together.
Yeah. You want to?
I just think it's natural for us, and gosh, I don't really know what to say. I couldn't imagine it any other way. Yeah. It just kind of happened. It was nothing like I'm never like, you need to be with me. I ask, and I also respect his personal space, and he respects mine. Like, we're, as much as you think, we're not always at each other's things. There's plenty of photo shoots I do that he's not a part of. I've not gone to plenty of his shows. So we absolutely respect each other's like time alone and stuff. And I think we just found a balance where it works. Yeah. But I just think we both love it so much that we couldn't imagine it any other way. And we're both rooting for each other so much. And I also tell people all the time, like, he manages me and I manage him. So
I like that.
We kind of manage each other's careers in a way, as much as, and as organized and structured I am, he really helps me with his input and just like, no, you need to do this. This is it. Like when he gets a feeling, I believe him, and vice versa. So
he's a good hype man.
Yeah.
I need him like at like 5 a.m. to get me out of bed and get in the gym.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Catch
me at like 8 a.m. I don't think I'll be up at 5. I'm going to bed at 2, 3 in the morning, bro.
You send me a voice recording, get up. Get on it.
Get your ass up, Justin. No, and to follow up what you're saying, it was just, she's really dead ass my best friend. You know what I mean? Like when like quarantine hit and everyone was worried, like, oh my God, I'm gonna be with my significant other for like ever. And I was like, yeah,
we were so excited.
What are we gonna do? We gonna do jigsaw puzzles? You trying to play?
We were gonna make a fort in the living room. Yeah. We were so excited.
So we just really enjoy each other's company. Also, I like to make sure that she's safe. You know what I mean? Also, just being with her is like, I don't know. It's just a yearn, you know. It's just like I want to be with. I want to be with. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute, man. That's what's up. Does he bring you to the WWE stuff?
Oh yeah.
I grew up on WWE.
Oh, so y'all are both avid.
I've probably been to more events than him. Maybe or maybe not, but I used to go all the time as a kid.
Oh yeah.
I had
on the play.
I had a brother. I have a brother, and he was big. I mean, trust me, I've had plenty Stone Cold Stunners done to me and all the things.
You're here to tell the story, though. You still you survived.
Yeah, I did.
Surviving wrestling.
He broke my nose for sure.
Wrestling.
All right, quick off topic.
What up?
Favorite wrestler of all time, each one of you.
You can't do
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
God, I'm so undecisive, but as much as I love Triple H, I'm gonna say Shawn Michaels.
Ooh.
Like Triple H is like my everything as
Yeah.
far as like
Hey.
just everything. But
Heartbreak
like
kid,
Shawn
bro.
Michaels just taught me like
Taught you life, man.
taught me life, taught me
How to
not
handle the chin music,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, taught me not to like, you know, to also how to deal with critics because he wasn't the best.
He was arrogant.
Yeah, he was arrogant, aka
Urban
why
and
you have
arrogant.
arrogant Dres. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I love it.
He was arrogant, and you
It's
know,
a gimmick.
It's a gimmick, but I also seen what he like when people were booing him. He would like soak that in.
Yeah.
and I just feel like that's so important in life because not everybody cheers for you. What you
Yeah.
gonna do when they boo? You know?
We love the boos just as much as the cheers because they're still paying attention
Yeah,
either
Yeah,
way.
I
you're
like-
still getting the content, baby.
I like the boos more because I feel like you have more control over the boos. That's me as a wrestler. As a performer, obviously, I don't want you to boo. But as a wrestler, like, yes, boo me. Like, tell me how much you
Yeah.
despise me
Think
so I
about
can,
all
like,
the-
rub it in your face more, you know?
All the wrestlers that have been booed and became the hero at the end,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And that's why it's so important, you know. And I always say this: it's easier for you to change someone's heart when you turn good versus going good to bad.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And that's why I kind of play on the like, you know what
That'd
I mean?
be a dope movie concept.
Exactly. Like, you know, people feel sorry sometimes for the villain. And when he does like something great and changes, everyone's like, they're a part of his success story. So I feel like that's why I like the heels and sometimes why I play on that in my music. Because I feel like as soon as you mess up as a good guy, there's no going back.
Yeah.
You're labeled that. But if you start like as the heel, as the villain, people are happy. They're like, oh my God, they got it together. I'm so happy for him. So it's like the heel is also important.
Get it.
The villain.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's some things that you're looking forward to with your photography company going forward in the next, let's call it 2024?
I mean, I'm excited to just really elevate my work and just starting to dive into more of what I love. Like I've been learning lately. I mean, I've been learning this forever, but I've been honing in really on controlling the light, how I want it to look. And I've been really elevating my work that way and just using my lenses and camera to its full potential. I don't always get to do that with photographing babies and families and maternity sessions. I'm just capturing their moments and making sure they're beautiful. But I utilize brand models that allow me to take the time to think things through, and I can sit in front of them and like think, what was I gonna do, or how do I want to do this? And I can screw up and not feel the pressure.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking forward to getting more into like elevated work and working with like clients from like more commercial companies. Like I would love to kind of be the Tyra Banks of Milwaukee and work with models that shoot for campaigns, for cosmetic lines or clothing lines and stuff like that. So, you know, it's hard because everyone wants you to like niche down and stuff like that, or niche. I don't know how to say that word. Niche, whatever.
How do you actually say? That's like GIF. Is it GIF or GIF?
It's GIF.
It's GIF. Okay.
GIF.
GIF. That's what we.
So is it? I thought it was niche, or is it niche?
I think what side of the street you live on, man.
I say niche. I don't know.
Right.
Either way, I don't believe in niches or niches or whatever.
Or nieces.
I can't
we
be
do
put in
believe
a
nieces.
box. Neither
Yeah.
can he.
No, never put me in a box.
Yeah, and I
You're
think
gonna
like,
be disappointed because I won't stay there.
right. Like I think media
I'm gonna
bulk,
break the box.
like we are against that. Like I want to try as many things and see what kind of tools we can put in the toolbox or whatnot, and
Absolutely.
like what's out there. I think niching down is, I don't know. For me, it's just not for me. My brain I get bored and I have to move on and try things and experiment. And I know like some of the music videos we've gotten to do, like we get to experiment and try stuff, and like we're all on board on like, let's make this something different and new. And I think that's what's really, really cool and why we like working with you, because we get that opportunity, because we're not maybe shooting a corporate video that day. We get to go have some fun and try something. And we appreciate you guys for being so open to allowing us to come in and just put our little elbow grease on it too.
Yeah, we're thankful for you. We love collaborating. So as much as our content and we put it out and it can be annoying, we just love collaborating. So And like you said, it's free content. So like maybe you guys are having a week where you're not putting out stuff, but you're still getting to share stuff because we're putting it out.
So dope.
So that helps small businesses and entrepreneurs when other people like, you're like, yes, someone take me, I can share this. I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still where I can take a break and like still be putting out work, you know?
Yeah. And it's just cool. And then it breaks down the facade of we are all in, out for ourselves kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really a superpower when people realize what camaraderie and unity is. And we've done a bunch of podcasts today, and that's been kind of the overriding theme through all of them. Is just like the sharing and caring kind of aspect of our creative community here in Milwaukee. And it's been really cool to kind of talk with a bunch of people. Can you guys give us a little, maybe something else on that and why collaboration is so key, even outside of your marriage with other people for projects?
Well, collaboration is key because it's a community, right? This is, like you said, this is a part of a community, and you're also like getting to embrace other people's gifts, giving them, the open floor to share ideas. And we also like being a part of that collaboration. It isn't always like, come work for us or come help us out. You already know how I get down when you guys need something. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's just so important to uplift the collaborators and to just show people that it's okay to work with people and also uplift them, clap when they're winning, and also be a part of their success. I think that's so important. Also learning new ways. There's probably techniques that I never knew until I started working with you, or vice versa. You know what I mean? So I just feel like collaboration can also be a learning experience because you're learning other people's ways of doing things that don't work either, you know what I mean? Or just obviously having two brains are better than one. If you just want to like put it in layman's terms, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brains are better than one. And it's like, to me, it's like when I think about the Power Rangers when they actually form into this Megazord, it's all these people. And that's really what collaboration is. You get to be larger than life because you have a lot of people that have amazing brains and amazing ways of doing their art. So why not be a part of that? Why not elevate yourself and also submerge yourself into all these great talents that other people have?
I was gonna say that it really like boosts your morale to be around other creative people, like, and you find inspiration from them. Every time I work with you guys, I'm like, I want to be a videographer. Every really single time. I promise you one day I'm gonna get there. But I love video too. So being around you guys unleashes something in me that I forget about.
Yeah.
And that I'm like, yes, I'm gonna pursue that someday. Because just like you, like I want to try everything. Life is so short. Please don't put me in a box. I'm going to try it all. I'm going to photograph everything I can.
Yeah.
And so I just think being around other creatives really boosts your morale.
That's a great point and brings you energy.
Yeah.
Because there are times
brings
when
you
things
life.
get monotonous and it
Absolutely.
becomes work. Yeah. Because when you go professionally in this, it becomes work at some point. But that's the thing I think that breaks down that wall and does feel good.
Yeah, and just seeing other people inspired by what they're doing, it's like you go home with that feeling like, yes, like I'm the spark is reignited and I'm ready to work. Like you said, it can get like pretty boring and like it becomes a lot of work, and it just sometimes is overwhelming how much work it is. But when you get to do something that's fun, it becomes really inspiring.
And you learn something from everyone. I feel like every collaboration I've done, I've learned something from that person and their way of going about things. Mm-hmm. So you just get more perspective on just creativity. And also that helps you with your product. You know what other people are thinking. You know what other people want. And that's kind of like, it's like kind of like running a survey without running a survey. You just kind of like see what everyone's into. So I like that. I like that part of that.
Dres, what can we look for from you going into 24?
24, you're getting the album.
Let's go.
You're getting my first debut album. Actually, it's done right now. I've been listening to it, but you know me, I want to add a little more. I'm growing. I had the Grammy consideration. So now with that, I want to elevate it a little more because now I know more important ears are listening to it. And now I'm really like, I just want to blow people's minds away, but also my mind away and be like, yo, like I'm really touching on topics and just things that like I don't think people are expecting me to touch on. So I'm really excited for my album. It's been like 5 years in the making. And it's all like most of my songs are recorded at home. So the other album that I had, which I feel like I had like 3 albums in the last 5 years that never came out, it just was inconsistent. I was just going to different studios, and then I had found a studio, and then it just pandemic happened. So now I really have a body of work that was just recorded in one spot, all recorded by me. Like I'm recording my vocals now, sending them to Steve. And yeah, I'm really excited for my album. I'm gonna drop more merch, more videos. I'm really looking forward to collabing with WWE. That's something that's so important to me, you know. Just like she hit 1 million, I hit 1 million on my WWE TikTok. So I'm just like, listen, I'm putting this in my resume, and next time I'm around WWE headquarters or anyone that's there, like I'm definitely gonna be like, what's up?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's not to be a wrestler, but it's also like we're living in the world of like how hip hop culture plays a huge role in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
You see Bad Bunny, he's doing amazing there. Even Logan Paul, he's not hip hop culture, but he's just part of pop culture.
Yeah.
So Logan Paul is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doing amazing. So now like the world of wrestling is open now.
Yeah, Pat McAfee's in there. Like
Exactly.
They're bringing all the people in.
Exactly.
That culture in there.
So either as an influencer, as a soundtrack for the video game, shit, even as a wrestler, listen, I'll try it once or twice. It's not anything that I haven't done when I was
We'll call
little.
you Dres Mysterio.
I don't know about that. It was definitely Dres. My finishing move is gonna be called Starstruck because when I hit you with that, you just got starstruck, baby. You know the vibes. We've been the vibes. But yeah, WWE and just falling in love with my wife deeper, more profoundly, being more connected to her and my family. So outside of the creativity, you know, just really nurturing the things that make me happy, which is her, my family, and my peace.
That's what's
And
up.
more content.
And more content on the way.
We coined them the content couple.
Content couple, double C's. We ain't talking about Chanel though.
Yeah, we're not talking Chanel
We
or
ain't talking
Creative Cloud
Chanel.
either. So don't sue us,
No,
Adobe.
no, at all. Yeah, it's a blessing to be a creative couple with you, you know?
Yeah.
That's up,
I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
Yeah, so we're
Man.
proud of you.
Thanks. I'm proud of y'all. Thanks
It's a whole proud fest.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The Fairly Proud family? The Proud family.
I
It is.
love,
Go
listen,
back.
I like Disney all the way. I'm a Disney kid. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole, Justin.
It's another
but yes,
pod. We'll do
another
that another
pod.
time.
Yeah.
Can you guys both tell us where we can find all of your music, find your photography, and your pages so that everybody listening or watching can tap in?
I'll let you go first.
I'm at Amaya Marie Photography on all platforms. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. That's it.
Yeah. You can go to urbanandarrogant.com. For me, that's my music, my blogs, my videos. Dres on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that stuff. I'm everywhere. AKA Arrogant Dres on all platforms. Twitch, TikTok. You can follow 2K Dres stuff. Please follow 2K Dres. That's my WWE account. That's the only one that is separate from Arrogant Dres and Urban and Arrogant. But that's where you can find me. Please stream Red Sundress and stream my new album when it comes out. I can't wait.
And follow us.
Yeah, follow us. Follow our journey, okay?
I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. This was a lot of fun, just as friends of you guys, and like this is a cool moment, and I appreciate y'all taking your time out and coming and spending some here with Media Boat.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. It was fun. And like I like to say, a time was had. Thank you guys.
time was had.
Thank you for your time.
All right, so no matter wherever you're watching this or listening to this, hit that subscribe button, retweet, share, all the good things, like our page. And until next time, peace.
Peace in the Middle East. In the Midwest.
We say peace chicken
Peace and chicken grease.
from the South.
Yes, sir.